Hey guys, it is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Got a classic today. We're gonna learn how to do Girls Got Rhythm by the great AC/DC off the Highway to Hell album. This is a lot of fun to play, pretty simple, just got a couple of riffs to it. Obviously we'll have to do Malcolm and Angus's parts, both. And then a couple of quick solos from Angus, so this will be a short but sweet one. A lot of fun to do though. So before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell so you notice the videos and all that good stuff. If you really want to support what I do here, really like what I do online and want it to continue, the best way to do it is support my Guitar Academy. And you're going to see a link to that in the description. The GL365 Academy is my online guitar school. Got a great community over there. I got tons of courses. You get full access to all of them with one subscription. That'll give you a free 7-day trial, that link. There's courses for complete beginners to more advanced courses in technique, improvisation, ear training, theory, guitar tone. I go live. I do a live stream with Academy members every Saturday morning, so it's a lot of fun. You get personalized support from me, so please come check it out. All right, so we are in standard tuning here. Now we'll start with the Angus's rhythm here. This is the kind of the main riff. It's like kind of the intro of the song and the main riff, and it's also the verse. All right, so it looks like this. All right, so we're going to start here with this 7th fret there on the D and the G, and then the 5th fret across the D and the G. So then what you're going to do is you're going to slide up from 7 to 9 on the A string, then over to 7 on the D string a couple times, then back to the 9th fret, kind of a muted hit on the 9th fret there on the A string. So it is. And then you're going to jump back here to the 5th fret on the D and the G again, and then to the 7th fret there on the D. You can do a slight bend on those 2 5s if you want. So this. Repeat. Oh, don't hit the whole chord there. Hit the whole full C major there. Don't do that. All right, now we have what Malcolm's doing there, which looks like this. All right, so then the vocals come in, and they pretty much do the same thing again. So when Malcolm is playing this riff down here, he changes it up a little bit because this is pretty much the same rhythm, same riff that makes up the chorus of the song. He is a little bit more laid back for the verse. He's not playing as many notes on the open A string, and he's kind of keeping everything really muted and tight. And then he opens it up a little bit during the chorus. So there's going to be like a slight difference between the riffs there. But for this opener and the verse section of the song, we're just going to have this, which is this D power chord. So this is what's going underneath that. So Angus playing this upper part, and then Malcolm down here doing this. So this is a D power chord. So this is the open D string, 2nd fret on the G, and 3rd fret there on the B. And then kind of kill that. And then come over to this C power chord. It's the 3rd fret on the A string, 5th on the D, 5th on the G. Let that ring. Now here is where he does it's the low E open, hammer is on the 2nd fret, and here in the verse he just kind of hits the A string once, and then kind of a muted hit, and then hits it slightly again. And then he hits the 3rd fret and does a slight bend on it, and then back down to the open A. So there's more activity going on later on in the song, this riff, but we have this. See See how muted that is? So it's kind of really holding back a little bit. And then the last time, so it goes this. So it's kind of hard to hear him go back and hit this F sharp. A lot of times you feel like he's just hanging on the A, but which he does later on. But this very specific part, this is the very end of the riff, I do feel like he goes back to that F sharp on the low E string. So we have this, he goes this hammer 0 to 2 on the low E, it's at the very end of the riff, to the A, and then back to that second fret on the low E, and then back to the A. All right, and then we get to the verse, which is pretty much those same riffs kind of working together. And then we get to the pre-chorus. All right, so that pre-chorus starts with that D power chord. And then he's going to make it a D sus4 chord. So the same D power chord we did before in Malcolm's rhythm part. Hit those 3 strings and then add the the 3rd fret on the high E string there. And then strum those 4 strings, the top 4 strings, the way this. And then we have the second half of the riff, which is the same. So this is how Angus is playing it. He does these 2 chords down here, and then the same riff up top. Do that 3 times. And then we're going to go to a B power chord here. So this is 2nd fret of the A string. So 2nd fret on the A, 4th on the D and the G. Hit that, and then an E power chord, which is open E, 2nd fret on the A and the D. So that's the end of the pre-chorus. So all together. All right, so now during, for Malcolm, he's pretty much doing the, so he's doing kind of the same first 2 chords, and then the second half that he was doing in the verse. All right, and then the same ending chorus. And then we get to the chorus, so it's the same as the verse. It's just a little bit opened up. So, you know, Angus would be like, instead of going like that, he just let them ring. So it's just kind of like that. And Malcolm has the biggest difference there. So during the chorus, Malcolm does this. And then back to the verse again. So that's pretty much the same that he was doing, but he's letting that D power chord and the C power chord ring. And when he does this, hammers on 0, 2, that's the same. But then when he gets to the A, he's not doing that. He's going straight picking. He's kind of picking the notes straight through and letting them ring out 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0. So it's just kind of bringing up the intensity a little bit for the chorus sections. So it really comes together and makes, along with Angus doing his, holding those notes instead of going, it makes it sound a lot bigger, even though it's pretty much the same riff. All right, then we have a couple of solos here. That's all the riffs that are in the song. we have a couple of quick solos from Angus. So let me play the first one for you, then I'll show you how to play it, and then we'll do the second one. So here we go. So that's the first one. It's very, very quick. So it's just these double stops at the 7th fret. I like to use 2 fingers for that. You can use one. You can use one for that, but it's the 7th fret across the G and the B, and it's kind of bent. You pull it to the floor, and then to the 5th fret, this, you kind of bend and release that, down to the 5th fret across the G and the B. So, and then, look at a Johnny Be Good look, here we go. All right, anyway, so carry away. All right, so we have, so this. So that's the bend at the 7th fret there on the G. And then the double stops across the 5th fret on the B and the high E, hit twice. You can do that lick twice. So hear this. And then we're gonna do that double stop, that bend and release double stop at the 7th fret across the G and the B twice. So you kind of do it. And then back to the double stop at the 5th fret, and then it kind of ends with the same lick, but it's just abbreviated. So you did that bend at the 7 on the G, and then you hit the 2 double stops there twice again. But the second time you just hit the double stop once. So. And that's the end of the solo. So all together for that solo. All right, now let's get right to the second solo, because like I said, there's not really, I mean, it goes through the whole song, of course, but we've already covered all those riffs. So it's time now to jump to the second solo, which is quite a bit longer. So let me go through this for you real quick, and I'll show you how to play it. So we're going to start here with these double stops at the 8th fret on the high E string and the 7th on the B. So you can really bend the one on the B string if you want. So you're gonna down to the 5th fret across the A and the high. I'm sorry, the A. There's an A note up top, but the 5th fret across the B and the high E, and then to the double stops across the 5th fret of the G and the B. So we have this. And then you're gonna do that double stop here at the 7th fret of the G and the B. Kind of slowly start bending it up, and then come and hit those double stops at the 5th fret across the B and the high E twice, and then back to that normal, just the single note bend there on the G string, the 7th fret. And then back to the double stops up top, so this. So sorry. And after you do that, come down to kind of a muted 7/5 on the G string. So we have this. Then we kind of start the same riff again. But it's not as long, so we just kind of have the same beginning. Those double stops there, there, and there. And then we're going to go over to the 7th fret again on the G and the B. Pick those a couple times. Then down to the 5th fret on the G, and then 3 times on the 7th fret there on the D string. So we have this. All right, from there we have this. All right, so it kind of starts with that Johnny Be Good lick again. So that lick a couple times, and then the bend and release to the 7th fret on the G. Pull off to 5, over to 7 on the D, and then roll back over to the 7 on the G, and then back down to the 5. For this. And then we're gonna do this lick. So we're basically doing this, we'll start the 7th fret across the G and the B, down to the 5th fret, double stop across the G and the B, and then the 7th fret by itself on the D string. So it's a little, so that's the lick. Repeat it 4 times. And then after the 4 times, you're gonna go back and just play the 2 double stops, 7, 5, and end it there. So this. All right, and then we come up here. All right, so that's gonna be an oblique bend. So it's basically you're holding notes while you're bending other notes. And he makes it really So he's kind of got this melody going. So first of all, he's holding the 17th fret across the B and the high E. And then he's doing this melody underneath it. Right there. So he's kind of doing it all together. So let's look at the melody. So the bend up here on the 16th fret there. Kind of bends and releases that a couple times. Down to the 14th fret. Then 16 on the D, back to 14 on the G string. So if you do that, so you can see he kind of picks this, and then can come and hit those double stops up top. It's kind of awkward to play. But he's trying to bring that melody out underneath. So we have this kind of starting. And then do the melody again. And it's a little bit quicker melody at the end, but it's still the same note. See, I'm kind of hit. When I get over to those, I'm just kind of still having those top notes with it. Kind of slide down, and then we're going to end the solo by coming up and doing kind of the same thing, but we're doing the bend of the 19th fret there on the G, while holding the 20th fret on the B mainly. And as he does it more and more, you can start. He's bringing in the 20th fret on the high E string as well too. But it's, now he's not moving the melody around here. He's just doing the straight whole step bend of the 19th fret on the G. And it's mostly what he's doing. He's bending it up and then picking the 2 strings together, the B string and the G. But as he does it more and more, you start hearing him bringing it that high E string. And then he just kind of ends the solo like that. So that is about it for Girls Got Rhythm. It's got one very short solo, but longer solo, very specific to Angus's style, kind of blues-based style, and some simple riffs. So hopefully it won't take you very long to get down. It's a lot of fun to play though, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.